morning while my porridge is heating up in the microwave, about to heat my belly. I thought I'd say hello. I hope that microwave isn't annoying actually in the background. My plan for this morning was to go on a sunrise hike because Blondie, I have to let Blondie out. She complains, so she'll be back in because it's too cold for her. Those who have cats, no. So I wanted to do a sunrise hike because obviously with it would be winter now. It's sunrise at 8:15 in the morning, but as you can see, it's gonna be like a grey kind of cloudy morning. So it's not the sunrise I had envisioned, a nice pinky purpley sky. But you know what? Last week I had a lot of kind of work on, and I feel like I've just been in this house and I want to go and get out. Also, new mic on the vlog camera, so the sound should be better on the vlog camera. There's my porridge. I want to just do a little hike. It's not a big one, but I was thinking, you know, it's probably better to go a bit later in the morning anyway because it's still quite dark. It'd be different if it was kind of sunny. Like, I don't know what wolves are lurking in the mountains. So probably better to go when it's bright. So I think it's like 8 now, so I think if I go over for 9 I'll be stuck in traffic, but it's fine. I just need my nature fix. So I'm thinking the Hellfire Club, not Ticknock. I think I did Ticknock in a previous vlog at the start of the year. That's a beautiful one, but because it's cold now, the roads might be a bit icy. We've had a little bit of frost, like we had the first hard frost there last week, and yeah, the last of the kind of flowering plants decided to die. But yeah, just when you go up the Dublin mountains, the roads do get a bit more, you know. But no, I think I'm just going to do the Hellfire Club. You would still call it a hike, I suppose. To do the long loop around it is about an hour, but it's not too strenuous, and there is beautiful views of Dublin. So if you are maybe visiting and you want to do like a hike, the Hellfire Club, I think you can get a bus to the bottom of it and walk up. I've seen people doing that, but if you get a taxi to it, or I drive to it obviously. But yeah, it's a nice little hike to do to get a nice view of Dublin if you're in Dublin, and it's not too strenuous. Okay, I'm going to eat my porridge, pop some milk in my tea, and then we're gonna get going. I have one thing to do before we go hiking, which is exciting. I just have to send book editor Nicola the last of the pictures. Well, I say the last of the pictures. This should be the last of the pictures. Blondie likes to dance on my laptop, and it drives me bananas. So last week was Nicola bang. Upload files. I love this feeling with sending a WeTransfer. That is done. So actually last week, quick little book update. Nicola sent me back the whole manuscript for me to, so it's kind of like homework. So I obviously wrote all of the book, and then editors are absolute angels. It takes a village to make a book. And Nicola goes through, she basically puts it all together and makes sure it makes sense. All of the like craft and DIY projects are in their sections, and she puts them in order, and she reads it from her kind of perspective, and she'll leave like little notes at the side. So last week I spent the whole week going through all of her notes and what she kind of like needed changed or anything like that. So that was kind of tough because it was also Black Friday week and I had other work on. I actually have to invoice some clients or I won't be paid. So yeah, I just need a day off, and that's what I'm hoping today can be. When I actually come back from hiking, I am going to fly into the shops because it's been on my to-do list for ages to make dried oranges, you know, for like Christmas. I've never done it before, and you make like a garland. It's like a dried orange garland. I'll get like, I think you can use any citrus, so I might experiment and get some lemon as well, or I wonder could you do apple. But I basically was watching cute like Christmas YouTube videos yesterday, and they were making they were drying oranges, and I'd say the house smells amazing, so I want to just like unplug and do that today. But that was one thing on my list. I probably have to do an hour of admin in the afternoon, but I'll put that on the long finger. Now we can go. I'm going to have a pee. I'm going to wee. Fill up my water bottle. And we are going into nature. I feel like nature is healing because this week, even on the news, like, I'm not even saying the C word. The only C word I'm going to say is Christmas. But if it's not like variants and this, that and the other, I'm like, I can't take on anymore like bad media news. I don't know. I think in my last vlog I was like, everything's grand in Ireland. They opened the nightclubs back up. Well, they didn't close them, but they have to close at 12, which is fine for me because I go to bed at I like an early night, you know. But I was like, will Maniac 2000 be on at like 11:30 now? I don't know, like, are you going to walk into a nightclub at 5 p.m. and the place is lit? I don't know. Not my scene anyway. Let's go to nature.
Feeling alone, kinda misty, waiting now for you to come. It's cold again, but I know we'll be warm, sitting by the fire and dream. Tell me.
I always get people asking me, Dainty, do you not feel like nervous up the mountains in the woods? And sometimes I do when I veer off track, kind of like now. But hey, when my time's up, my time is up. At least I documented it. That's quite morbid actually. Now, this woods is just full of mist, and unfortunately the view's not going to be like amazing. There is a lovely view, but you know what, I had a thought as I was walking. I was like, isn't winter like, it has its own beauty? Like, it can't be like purple skies all the time. And when I was just taking like a couple of shots as I was walking, I was like, it's like a Bob Ross picture, like with the trees, but just with a grey sky. We can't have happy blue skies all the time. But we're nearly at the, the building. Yeah, so the views are going to be great, but we're nearly there, and I can hear cars, so I will make it.
Into peace and silence on a very special Christmas Eve.
You know it's winter when the big bowl of leftover stew. Hang on, am I zoomed in? No, that's my camera. Still getting used to this vlog camera. It's not as good as my Canon. The only positive is it's super lightweight and it's like handy for vlogging. But I keep forgetting to turn on the microphone. It doesn't all auto work with each other, but hey, we'll get used to it. But yeah, I've got a big bowl. It's like overflowing of leftover stew. I also just threw on some cozy clothes. So I'm gonna have my lunch and then I'm gonna have a shot at making a stove simmer. I seen a recipe and it was like a pot simmer that smells like Christmas. So I bought the ingredients when I flew into the supermarket, and I got my oranges because I want to try and make an orange. Well, I want to try and dry out some oranges. I've never tried it before. I've seen loads of people doing it. And I thought I could maybe make like an orange dried garland and I could pop it in the greenhouse. I thought it might look cute as decoration. So that is my plan. I feel like I need a big bit of bread with this. Definitely it's gone very wintry all of a sudden. I know it was like colder last week, but today it's like really dark. And I've said this before, like I do struggle with, you know, winter. in the darkness. But once I kind of like exercise and get out into nature, it doesn't be too bad. Like I feel like I need a nap after going for like a nice hike this morning, but no naps allowed. No naps allowed. Now, I just, while I'm eating my lunch, ooh, a warm belly wish you. I'm looking at Christmas markets. So my plan was to like go to a Christmas market like I did in 2019, and I went to Dusseldorf and it was so cute. But I don't think international travel or just getting on a plane, well, you know me, like once news settles I'm back on the plane. But I am just googling Christmas markets in Ireland because I'm like, I think I need to just stay close to home. You know, it's winter, I don't want to pick anything up, you know, I don't want to get sick. And also I don't know what the situation is with the likes of, you know, the German markets and things like that. I believe they're open, but I think there's talk of making travel a bit harder. I'm not sure, don't quote me, but they were saying that, see all this PCORs, and I'm just like, I'll get in the car and I'll drive somewhere instead. So in Ireland, I had heard that the Galway Christmas market was pretty, and the Belfast Christmas market as well. So they're kind of two of the more popular ones. There's also a Dublin Christmas market, which I am ashamed to say I haven't been to. It obviously was cancelled last year and it's in City Hall. So the Dublin Christmas market, that can be a cosy day. I can get the bus in, I can have some mulled wine. That's a fun day, that's fine. We can totally do that one. But I was thinking of maybe either going to Belfast or Galway, but I'm reading this guide and there's one in Cork. Apparently the one in Cork is a bit of a hidden gem. We've got a Wicklow Christmas market. That's only down the road. Yeah, so the most, according to this, it's like Galway, Belfast, Dublin, Cork. So I was just having a little look at hotels as well, because I was like, it'd be nice. I was saying to Karen, we haven't done our Christmas day out, where we kind of go to like the Christmas shops and get decorations and stuff. And I was like saying, what if we did like a different Christmas thing where because we don't need to buy any more decorations. Our houses are like decorated, if you saw like the last video. And I was like, what if we did like just a cozy day? And I was looking at hotels in Belfast and they're reasonable, they're like less than 100 quid. And we can either get the train up or we can drive. Same with Galway. Galway is in the same budget, and if I say it to Joanne Condon, we went to Galway January 2020 and had an absolute riot before everything kicks off. And if me and Karen were to go to Galway, that's not too far from Joanne and she could meet us there. So I don't know, I need to arrange a little festive thing. I want to just kind of go to a Christmas market because they're cozy and I like the mulled wine and I like eating and it just gives me the feels, you know, twinkly lights, it just gives me the feels. So Galway as well, I love the likes of Connemara, which is wild, and I'd say it's absolutely beautiful this time of year. So I'm like, I wonder could I turn that into like a 2-night thing, so like one night in the city and then one night in the sticks in a cute little cottage. So that's what I've been doing while I'm eating my lunch, just looking on like the hotel sites and stuff. But we'll see, I'll try and arrange something. A lot of people are like cancelling their Christmas parties now because, I don't know, the news. But I'm like, this is good, safe fun. I'm outside, nature and Christmas markets. So I thought I would make for a cute vlog as well to go to like a Christmas market. I also won't be doing like Vlogmas. I've never done Vlogmas. But to vlog like every day, fair play to people. My life is not that interesting and I feel like I'd be doing stuff for the sake of it and for the sake of a vlog, whereas I want to just do stuff that you guys will enjoy and like have fun and not force a load of vlogs, if that makes sense. So I won't be doing like a Vlogmas, but I will try and do cute festive days out in the month of December, and I'll share them as just kind of little extra videos as well. But I can't wait. Like around about have to do RTE on the 20th of December, and then around the 21st, I think I'm gonna like unplug then and take my break. I'm living for Christmas break. So I think I might pre-record some videos for like the last 2 weeks of December, first week of January, so that I still have videos going up, but just take that time off. I can't wait for a break. But yeah, let me know what Christmas market. I mean, I could totally go to both. My thing is, I hate long drives. Like, I'd sooner get the train. The last time I went to Galway, I got the train because I was like, I'm not sitting in the car for 2 hours driving. I remember last year I drove to West Cork and it was like 4 hours, and I was like, no, I can't do it. I had to stop like 3 times to pee. I peed on the side of the road once as well. So I'm not good with long drives. I'm gonna bring this to the boil, and then I'm gonna put it down to like 1, 2 and just let it like simmer. I am starting to smell it, but it's not as strong as I thought. But I'm like, maybe it needs to like infuse. I don't know. I got that pot recipe. Where did I find that? I kind of just like searched YouTube for stove. What do you call them? I don't know, what's the name? Like a stove simmer, Christmas stove simmer pot. Also, you'll notice that you're supposed to use whole allspice, but they only had ground allspice in Tesco, and this smells like Christmas. Oh, it smells good. It reminds me of baking Christmas stuff as a kid with my mum. Ah, all the stuff smells lovely, and then clove as well. I actually already had cloves. Cloves are great in a hot whiskey this time of year. And then any oranges that I cut that looked a bit dodgy, I thrown them into the pot. So I'm gonna let it boil, let it simmer, and the oranges in the oven, apparently they take 6 hours to dry, but my oven is a fan oven, so I'm like, maybe it'll be quicker, but we may have to string them up tomorrow because I have a feeling they're going to take forever to dry out. But hey, that's the fun part of like a little experiment, isn't it? I've never made these before. But yeah, I'm hoping that my house is just gonna smell like Christmas on this wintry dark afternoon. Oh, it is simmering. It is smelling like Christmas. I forgot to say, now that it's simmered, so I let it go to the boil and now it's just on 2. Yeah, now that it's simmered, it smells like Christmas. And I just wanted to say, don't leave it unattended. So if you are kind of in the kitchen pottering about, grand, because you don't want the arse to be burnt out of your pot when all the water evaporates. You'll have to add in some water. So I feel like, you know what, if you're like cooking or if you're having people over, it's like, instead of burning, it's like burning a candle, but you could probably use stuff you already have. Yeah, if you have like people over, I'd have this like simmering maybe when you're cooking. I don't know, it smells good. Or do you know, if you're like cleaning your house, generally sometimes your house can smell like a bit stale. I feel like this smell. I wonder as well, could you reuse like the water for something? Because there's like rosemary. I know if you boil rosemary and let it cool down, you can use that water for, I think, as a toner or in your hair. I'm not sure. Rosemary water in your hair. I've seen that somewhere. But yeah, you could totally like burn essential oils in a diffuser. I feel like this is like poor man diffuser. But at least I don't have to worry too much about it being like toxic to Blondie, because I know a lot of essential oils can be toxic to her. But now it's smelling like Christmas. Oh, if you could bottle that and sell it. Isn't that what room spray is? Bottles and salt. Anyway, I'm happy with this. Guess who made a boo-boo? I was like, why does my oven keep saying pre? And I just had it on the fan setting, like I didn't have it on the heat setting. So basically, my oranges have been 3 hours in the oven, and I mean the fan just kind of dried them a little bit. So this is going to be an overnight job. Well, not an overnight job, but definitely I'll have to come back in the morning on my oranges. Also, my little simmer pot, simmering away. I might actually just put that up to 3. Oh, smells so good. But yeah, I didn't turn the oven on proper. Oh, my cooker is temperamental. You have to like twist the knob kind of twice. The same thing happened to my brother last week. He's like, why is my pizza not cooking? And I was like, oh well, hands up if you've done that before. Thank God like it wasn't Christmas dinner and I didn't have the oven on. I mean, it's no big deal. It's just my oranges are taking 12 hours to dry now. But hey, mistakes get made. Good morning. My orange slices are dried and I'm dressed and I'm ready for the day. So my orange slices, some of them got a little bit scorched. That's okay. But they don't smell as strong as when they first went into the oven, but they still have a kind of like an orange scent. Like, I think they dried. And I read that you have to get them as dry as you can, because if there's any moisture left in them, they can go moldy. I read that. But mine seem pretty dry. But what I'm going to do is I was going to make a garland out of it, and then if you remember last week's video where I decorated the house for Christmas, I had this wreath and I was like, oh, I'm not mad on this wreath. It's just the red on the wreath that I want to change. But there's like pine cones on it, there's like cinnamon sticks on it, and I was thinking if I take just off the red bows and accessories, I could stick orange ones on and it would look a bit more natural and earthy. And I was thinking I could put this wreath on the greenhouse on the front door, so I can hang some ribbon on the back and I can put it on the door over there. And then I still don't have one for my front door, but I look out onto the greenhouse, so I feel like this could be it. So that's what I'm going to do. I think I'm just going to get wire. You could do like string. I've seen people threading waxy string, like floss, through them to make like garlands and stuff. But I think I'm just going to get, because this is going outside, I think I'm just going to get wire, like florist wire. I think I have some in my stash, and just like stick them on. So I thought that would be cute. Also, that pot simmer thing that smells like Christmas, I had family over last night for dinner, and when they walked in, well, first of all, my brother was like, why have you got oranges baking in the oven? Fair point. And like my house smelt like Christmas, so the pot simmer works. And I actually left it simmering for like a few hours until I realised that my oven wasn't on for the oranges, and the arse didn't boil out of it. So if you're worried about that, I just left it simmering on like the second lowest setting, and yeah, it smelled like Christmas. My brother was like, what's the smell? I was like, Christmas! my wreath, but I want to show you some bits growing in the garden, which you would think, you know, it's December almost and like there wouldn't be much growing. But remember my spring onions that I threw in one of the beds back in September? They took, and I'm gonna have enough spring onions for everybody in Ireland, and they're definitely planted way too close. So this is the bed of spring onions. At first I was like, is this grass? But I had pulled out all of the grass. How I know it was the seed was they kind of have this wiggly thing on top. Now, like, that's a weed, and this chap is a weed. But spring onions, so I'd say in springtime, I don't know what I've never grown these before, so like maybe I'm kind of thinking March. I need to like look at the packet. Ordered these like Hessian biodegradable bags for leaf mold, so I ordered them off like Mr. Middleton. Hopefully they arrive soon because I have so many leaves still in the front garden, and I can smell the onion actually off this. Oh, maybe that wasn't a weed I picked up. Yeah, I ordered these biodegradable. They're like sacks, but there's loads of gaps for airflow, and you put wet leaves in them and you just leave them for 6 months. They like turn into leaf mold, and I can use that to add to like compost for next year. And you can also do the same effect but in a black bag, like a refuse bag. So you can put wet leaves into a black bag, add loads and loads of holes for air, and it'll do the same thing. But I wanted to just get the biodegradable like sack things because they'll look cuter, and I'm hoping they'll last a bit longer. I don't know. Now let me show you the 2 beds that I put loads of spring bulbs into. The spring bulbs have started to like shoot, and also in the boxes, the pots as well, so I'll show you them. So as you can see, loads of leaves but in this bed, loads of the spring bulbs are starting to just kind of get their heads. Not sure what the term is. So anything in here starts around February time up until May. There's loads of alliums in them as well. So both of these beds will hopefully be abundant with spring cut flowers. I had said as well about wanting to do it, and I think I'm gonna order the rented machinery. I said like in a video about like my plan for like the left hand side of the garden, and it's full of like clutter. Like stuff needs to go to the recycle centre. I need to give away some like free chairs. I need to sort out that side. But I was like, I wonder if I could just, for a Christmas present, ask my brothers for like free labour. Is that allowed? Because I was thinking of, I'm going to submit the inquiry form to rent the turf cutter and the like rotavator, and I might order the ton of soil and the stone that I want. Like I feel like if I order the materials, that will get like us working. It's not a job I can kind of do myself because I need the lads to do the heavy lifting of the turf. I don't mind using the machine, but I need them to lift it and like put it in the thing. But I definitely think I need to be doing a bit of gardening in December, because I've noticed straight away, like with the dark like days, I feel like it could be a weekend job, maybe a bit more, I don't know. But I do miss getting out and cutting the grass. I love cutting the grass. I said that in a video before. It's like meditation. I just love the bit of gardening, and I actually can't wait for my leaf sacks to come so I can tidy the front, because I miss being outside, and I think that's why I struggle in the dark winter, because I'm not outside as much. And I said it to Karen as well. I was like, we're not in our gardens. We're not like, we normally be like, oh, what are you planting, what are you growing, what's working for you, cutting the grass or whatever. And I was like, we don't have that. So I am trying to like get out and getting my nature fix by like going on hikes or whatever. Actually, I downloaded an app. It's called All Trails, and it has loads of, I'm on the free version, I ain't on the premium version, but it has loads of trails and the map for them, because not too far from me, like Dublin has like loads of, you know, like nature and trails. Like it's not just kind of like the city. So like if you go out past Tala Dundrum, like if you start going inland, there's loads of like mountain trails, and Wicklow, they call it the Garden of Ireland, and there's like loads of trails. So just a little tip for anyone who's looking for some winter trails, All Trails is the app that I downloaded, and it gives you the map, which is handy because sometimes I veer into the woods and I'm like, I don't even have a paper map. That's probably quite dangerous, but hey, I live on the edge. I only do baby hikes, like 5 to 10k, easy. Moderate incline. I don't do big huge ones. I often see signs for the harder trails and I do be tempted, but I don't. I feel like I need to make friends with an experienced hiker so they could bring me, and I could complain the whole time about my legs. That's the thing with hiking, your arse is be on fire. Now I'm going to end my vlog on that note because I feel like it's going to be ridiculously long and I actually have a little bit of work to do today. So cheeky thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. Do check out my recent videos and hit the subscribe button. We're nearly at the 200 mark. God, who's been here since we were at like 100 subs? Who's been here? That's crazy, isn't it? And also I hope you're all keeping well in this. I feel like one week it's like, oh, it's fine, and then next week there's like the energy just speeds up or something. I don't know. Let's try and ride these waves and remain calm, centered, grounded. On that note, I'm going to the woods to get my walk in before I do some work, and I'll chat to you all in next week's video.